Helps the microphone's on, doesn't it? Who said that? Somebody said, Taff Ali said no sound. Thank you, Taff. I do apologise. As I said, this is the first time, and a few teething problems. Oh, back. Everyone's saying thank you. John said LOL. Okay, so we're back in business. Let me just go through some of the older messages. Yeah, so as I was saying, these rules that we're talking about apply to England only and strictly England only. So if you live in Scotland or Wales or Northern Ireland, then these rules do not apply. Okay, so we're getting more questions now. Dalen Williams, he says, hi, have you any information on whether theory tests will continue in Scotland and Wales? Unfortunately, we do have the information, and the answer is no, because the email that we got from the DVSA yesterday specifically said England, and furthermore it said that Wales and Scotland, it is up to the local governments there to decide when it'll come in, when the theory test centres will open. But as soon as we find out, I will definitely let you know. So thank you, Dalen, for that question. Mark O0515, he said, any ideas when rebooking emails will be coming through? The rebooking emails will be coming through over the next 10 to 14 days. It just depends on the DVSA. Well, that's what the DVSA is saying. Let's hope that they'll sort of stick to that. Sophie said, I had my practical on the 10th, but got cancelled and no rebooking yet. Yes, Sophie, the tests have been cancelled, and you'll just have to wait for the emails, which I said will take a couple of weeks to come through. We've got the big gorilla, whoever that is. Hello, Shaq. This is amazing. We got Hyperfan99. Is it possible for you to conduct a mock test in Luton? Now, that's a very good question, because we recently conducted a survey on the community page, and I was really astonished that over 50% of our subscribers want mock tests. So yes, we will be conducting mock tests, and I'll be recruiting. In fact, it won't be myself doing the mock tests. The reason for that is because I've had a lung transplant, and I've been advised not to basically get into a vehicle with somebody else due to social distancing rules, so that I won't be conducting the mock tests, but I will be recruiting a young lady, actually my daughter, who's been an ADI since since 2017. So she'll be starting the mock tests very soon, and yes, we will come to Luton for a mock test. So if anyone is interested in a mock test, they can text the office number on 07799 88 6380. Now, the mock test normally cost £50. However, for a limited time, the mock test will be totally free of charge. So we're offering mock tests, and there is no charge for the mock test. So you'll get a 40-minute mock test conducted by a qualified driving instructor. So if anyone is interested in this mock test, they can just telephone the number 07799 88 6380. 080. So yeah, that was Hyperfan99. Thank you for that question. Good. We've got Ahmed Sharif. He said, same, I didn't get the link to rebook. Mine's on the 7th. So Ahmed, you just have to wait for the link. You will get it in due course. We've got BBAV. Will it be compulsory to wear PPE at Theory Test Centre? The question was also asked earlier on by Anisha. And as I said, I don't have that information. But if you've got a theory test booked, why not just take the equipment, take the face covering, gloves, sanitizing gel, just in case you need it. You can't go wrong. For theory tests, I think it's better. It's a driving test you need to worry about. I think I was going to mention it earlier on when we lost the Wi-Fi signal. The problem with wearing masks for driving tests and driving lessons is that, especially when you wear glasses and the glasses seem to get steamed up, and if the glasses get steamed up in a driving lesson, it's not a problem. You can just take them off and wipe them. But in a driving test, the examiner can actually abandon the test. They can terminate the test if your glasses continuously get steamed up. Once or twice is not a problem. I suppose if you're in a driving test or even driving lesson, if you have the window open, hopefully that'll prevent it from steaming up. Otherwise, rather than a face mask, and the ones the nurses wear, the medical ones, consider face coverings made of breathable cloth, so that should not steam up the glasses. We've got Mark 0515. Thank you. I'm thankful for you in the pandemic. Then we've got John Knight. We've got Chowdhury. That message was, they've changed their mind, retracted that message. Yeah, written again. What advice would you give to new drivers? If you're a new driver, then the advice is don't go so far to start off with. If you've just passed your driving test, stay local. The first time you're going out, let somebody know you're going out. So if you're going by yourself and you're going out to Tesco's or you're going out to school or whatever, let someone know exactly where you're going, what time you're coming back. And one of the most important things is, please, when you're going out, get your mobile phone and put it in the glove compartment. Do not have it near you, because 6 points for having a mobile phone, you lose your license and all the hard work is gone down the drain. Okay, to be honest, I was only hoping to spend about 10 minutes on this, but the questions are just pouring in. I am trying my best to go through them. We've got Alex Official. I heard that we can get a rebook link on the day that we were supposed to have had the practical. Is this true? I don't know. I really don't know. All I know is that they're sending out these emails, and it should be over the next couple of weeks. But if I do find any information, I will keep you guys informed. But for you to get the information, you need to subscribe to the channel. And not only that, you need to hit the bell notification. So when I do upload a video, you will receive notification of that and you will not miss out on the news. We've got RR. I heard that you can start booking driving tests from the 6th of July. Well, if that is true, I'll be one happy person, because unless the booking system opens, then I'm here earning no money at all. So as soon as the booking system's open, I'm going to be the happiest person around. So that's your answer, RR. And then we've got Maximus 67. I just got off the phone from the DVSA. anyone that's on the key worker driving test waiting list that they didn't have a test booked prior to COVID are supposedly classified as priority. Thank you very much for that. Most appreciated. If anyone has any information, the latest information, please do let us know. You can comment anytime. I personally do read all the comments. So, you know, if I feel that information is good, I'll look into it and I'll upload a video so that the rest of our subscribers can be informed. We got boxing round up. I have a theory test on the 25th of July. Will it go ahead? That's a good question. I really don't know, because the driving test, the practical tests, I know they're all cancelled for June and July. The theory tests, it really does baffle me. To be honest, I'm surprised that they did not start the theory test 2 months ago, because even with the COVID situation, as soon as the lockdown's over, you can start the theory test. As far as I'm concerned, they could have had the theory test offices open today, but that's Pearson's for you. So I really can't answer that question. Boxing round, sorry. Then we've got driving doctor. Have you been keeping fit during the lockdown, Shaq? As I can't imagine it's been really difficult for you. Thank you, driving instructor, whoever that is, because there's no name. Then we've got Shiri Paria K. For provisional license, is there any update? I don't know that. I unfortunately, I haven't been keeping up to that. The only information I have about driving tests is that I know that if your license expired, because all driving licenses, provisional driving licenses, if you look at your provisional license, it'll have an expiry date on it. Now the DVSA has extended, should I say, all licenses for about 6 months due to this situation. And I know they stopped issuing provisional driving licenses, but I do not know if they've restarted again. But that information should be available on gov.uk. You can have a look. But unfortunately, that's one question that I don't know the answer to. Then we've got Danietta again. She says, I asked a question earlier about driving tests. As you mentioned, next year may be the soonest time to get a test. Would you advise me to stop learning how to drive, as I am currently learning? I wouldn't really advise anyone to stop learning. I understand it's an expensive business. You can sort of reduce your lessons, maybe rather than stop completely, just take a lesson every other week. And in the meantime, you can always watch YouTube videos. If there's anything particular that you're struggling on, you can always request me to make a video on that subject, and I definitely will try my very best. But I wouldn't advise you to stop learning. I would say reduce your lessons. So thank you for that, Danietta. Then we've got BV again. Can you book driving slots? Can booking slots be free? A booking slot can only become free if someone cancels a driving test. So even though I'm saying that I don't think you'll be able to book a test for next year, if someone who's got a driving test, they decide to cancel it for some reason, which is going to be very, very slim chance of that happening, then that slot will become free on the DVSA website. So cancellations will be extremely difficult to get. We've got Tony Fack. He said, what precautions will you be taking when work resumes? Will this affect the way you interact with new drivers? Me personally, Tony, I'm not going to be teaching. I'm definitely not going to be teaching for the rest of this year. But as far as my colleagues are concerned, they will wear face masks. The car will be cleaned, more like sterilized, between between lessons, and gloves will be worn, and also there'll be plenty of gel. So even if one of the learner drivers doesn't have any gel and they need some gel, there'll be plenty of gel about. And we'll also have spare disposable gloves in the vehicle as well, and we'll even have some face masks, medical masks for our pupils, especially going for a driving test. So that's the precautions that we are taking as a driving school. But me personally, unfortunately, I will not be on the road. Okay, VR said, who has the right of way when two lanes are merging? Is it the lane with is it the lane with no arrow on the ground? I see where you're coming from. That is correct, yes. So you've got two lanes, and then you get an arrow on the right to say, overtaking traffic, come back in. Generally speaking, yes, it is the person without the arrows. But after the thing you've got to remember is that after an accident, insurance companies love to blame both parties, because that way they win. They increase the premiums of both people. So it doesn't matter whose priority it is. The golden rule to remember is that priority must be given and never taken. So priority is like a present. Someone gives you a present, someone wants to give you a present, fine, you can take it. But you can't just take that present off them and say, hey, it's mine, it's my birthday. So VR, thank you very much for that question. Then we've got Ash Boxing. Are you a driving instructor? Yes, I'm a driving instructor. Hyperfan99, can you introduce us to your daughter? Monday. Monday, I'll upload a video introducing you to my daughter. So Hyperfan, thank you for that. Then we've got Mark Rigg. He said, I really want a test sometime this year. I am crossing everything. I really need it. Mark, fingers crossed you get your test. Then we've got Nightat Chowdhury. For the first time driving on motorway, do you need someone to sit with you? Strangely enough, no. You can pass your test and you can go on the motorway straight away, but it's not advisable. A couple of years ago, I think it was 2018, 4th of July 2018, they changed the law and they allowed learner drivers to drive on motorways with a qualified instructor. So you can take driving lessons with your instructor when you're sort of at test standard. So you don't have to pass your driving test like you had to do in the previous. You have to pass your driving test and then go on the motorways. Okay, we got Maha. She says, I'm a key worker in Waitrose. I try to book my driving test. They sent me an email that says that we'll hold your application until we found a place for you. What should I do? I hope you read my question. The thing about the key worker tests, even the DVSA are offering them, and they're offering priority to key workers, the key worker tests only get conducted if an examiner volunteers to conduct the driving test. The examiners are not forced to work during this time. So that's where the problem's been. in the beginning, you had some examiners who volunteered, and now, for some reason, not enough examiners are coming forward. Well, it's quite understandable, because Waitrose is different, but a lot of key workers, doctors, nurses, and examiners don't feel safe sitting all day with these doctors and nurses. It's a high risk job, which is why you are struggling to get a date. Let's just hope that from the 22nd of July, when the driving test centres open, they give all the key workers priority along with the people who had their test cancelled in March. But we don't know that for sure at the moment. Maha, thank you very much for that question. We've got AKG Fitness in Hounslow. Says, hi Shaq, hope you're well. When will driving tests be available on the DVSA site for learner drivers to book? As I said, I'm waiting for that information more than anybody else, because I can only start earning money when the system opens. That's why I've been uploading all these YouTube videos, because it's fun, it's entertaining, and it keeps me busy. Thank you very much, AKG Fitness. Then we've got Ayana Verma. This is so helpful. The DVSA are useless, especially the way they've handled this situation. Yeah, thank you for subscribing, Ayana. Then we've got RBI. If on a test, driving examiner asks you to turn here, and you don't because someone's tailgating you, would you be marked down for this? No, is a simple answer. If you go in the wrong direction in the driving test, you will not be marked down for that, provided you follow the correct procedure. So an examiner could say to you, I'd like you to take the next road on the left. So if you checked your right mirror, not the center mirror, you just forgot about that. If you just checked your right mirror, as long as you check one mirror, signal, positioned right, turned right. So even though the examiner is asking you to turn left, you will not fail for that. Even during the independent drive, if the sat-nav says to you turn left and you continue to go, again, that is not a fault. You're assessed on how safely you handle the situation. So thank you very much for that. Where am I? RBI. Thank you, RBI. We've got Sophie. I have been getting message saying that you pass theory and practical test without taking the exam. Is this true, or is it a scam? Nobody's going to pass without taking a theory test or a practical driving test. We have to do both of them. We did have a petition saying that allows certain learner drivers to drive without passing their driving test, provided they were approved, the application was approved by their instructor. Unfortunately, there was not enough support for the petition. When I last checked, I think I checked about 2 days ago, we had about 1,000 votes on that. That's hardly enough. We needed a minimum of 10,000. So thank you very much, Sophie, for that question. We've got Anisha. Sophie, who gave you this information? Haha. Okay. We got Regan Wills. Are there any updates for people who are living in Wales and Scotland for their theory and practical driving tests? And when can teaching start? Unfortunately, as I've said earlier, this video that I'm doing only applies to England. Scotland and Wales have their own governments who are making their own decisions. So you just have to wait. I'm really sorry about that. Okay. Now, this session's really taking a long time. I'm getting lots and lots of messages that I don't think I'm going to be able to read them all. So if I have missed your message, please accept my apologies. Why not put the message on the community group, and I'll try to answer the questions there personally, either later on this evening or tomorrow morning. We've got Nihite Chowdhury again. If you don't mind, please can you make a video about bay parking, and can you tell us the key points? Thank you. I will be doing that, definitely. Give me about well, let's put it this way, before the 4th of July, the video on manoeuvres. So not just bay parking. I need to make a video for the parallel park again, the bay park, forward bay park, and the reverse bay park. It's just shocking how many people fail on the forward bay park. It looks so simple, but there is a trick to that. So yes, I will be uploading that video. Then we've got Trippy Box the dog. Yes, it comes down to not being aware of your surroundings, awareness and planning. Okay. Don't know what this name is. It's quite a long name. It says, is it likely to get a driving test this year if you haven't booked one this year? Unfortunately, I don't think so. Unless you get a cancellation, unless someone cancels their driving test and a slot becomes on the government website. And as soon as a slot becomes on the government website, it's available for all. So you may be lucky, but I really do doubt that, to be honest. Then we've got Mohammed Mia. Are people from March the 18th to the 21st to April the 1st in the first batch of driving test priority? Yes, they definitely are. So anyone who've had their driving test cancelled in March, they will be given priority. Once those people have taken the test, and then it'll be the April, and then the May, then the June, and then the July, and which is why I'm saying for someone to come new and say, I want a driving test, it is going to be very, very difficult. I'm an optimistic person, but what I don't like to do is give people false hope. Okay, I'm just going to read another 2 or 3 comments, and then we're going to call it a day. So we've got Samia Francis. I don't understand that key workers only were allowed to do driving lessons. If I'm not a key worker, could I do driving lessons with a family member in their car as long as I've got learner driver insurance? Well, driving lessons are starting from next Friday anyway. And at the moment, yes, you can. So at the moment, if you have insurance, learner driver insurance, you can get into a car, and yes, you can learn with a family member. So thank you for that. Well, we've got Taf Ali. Have you got any update on the petition? Yes, I mentioned that earlier. We've only got 1,000 signatures, so unfortunately that petition is not happening. I am sorry. Drone license. The drone license actually takes 10 minutes to get. You go online, and it's such a simple process. There's a bank of 20 questions, and it's like a little theory test. It costs £9, and yes, I have got that. So I will be starting to use the drone, and I'm going to be using it for the manoeuvres, for the parallel park, the front bay park, and the reverse bay park, things like that. Yeah, thank you for that. Okay. Last question I'm going to be reading is from Kerry Wilson. Hello, my driving practical certificate is due to expire soon. Can I ask for an extension? As on their website, it says that it said you shouldn't ask for one. Okay. The DVSA are going to consider whether to extend theory certificates or not. But we can't be certain about, obviously, what their decision is going to be. So the way the law stands at the moment, no, theory tests cannot be extended. But it doesn't take them long to change the law and the rules. They've changed all sorts of rules and laws over the last few months, and I'm sure extending the theory test will be no big deal for them. It's just a matter of them making that decision. As soon as they do make the announcement, you'll hear it first on this channel, but you'll only hear it if you're a subscriber and if you've got the bell notification on. Well, I'm going to call it a day. I've really enjoyed this session. I've enjoyed it so much that every Friday at 6 p.m. I will try. I'm not promising, because obviously when you make a live video, sometimes you do have commitments, but I will try to upload. I will try to be live every Friday. Before I disappear, I've got to say, please give this video a thumbs up, like the video. If you're not a subscriber, if you're watching this channel, do subscribe, because you'll get the latest information here, and I will keep you updated. Thank you for watching. Please stay safe. Bye-bye. Well, I don't even know how to stop this live this live chat now. Are you sure you want to stop streaming?